rewind. We didn't see how that was nearly turned in for an own goal. And so in comes the corner. The header at the far post. Oh, it hits the post and is turned in. And there it is. Courtney Vine gets the goal. The Matildas take the lead. And in cap number 7, Courtney Vine has her first international goal for the Matildas. They don't come much easier than that. But Vine won't care. She's off the mark in green and gold.
Oh, well done to Courtney Vine. A huge congratulations on her first goal for the Matildas. Right place, right time. Disappointing defensive effort there from the South African goalkeeper, but Courtney Vine's done well just to poke that one away and for her first goal of what I'm sure will be many for this national team.
Oh, we weren't bluffing when we said Australia are expected by Mary Fowler. Promising ball. And it was a cause to chase initially for Magaia, and then the back post. Gary set Fowler a task, and Fowler won the ball. Loads up from distance with a deflection. It falls kindly to Razzo, and it wouldn't have counted had it hit the back of the net defender. Away comes Smith. Underhit pass. Catley gets another chance. Flicks it over the top to Ford on an acute angle. Vine waits unmarked in the middle, and it finds its way in. 2-0 for the Matildas. And Courtney Vine isn't necessarily celebrating, so that might go down as an own goal. But the scoreboard ticks over regardless. It's Australia 2, South Africa 0.
I was just mentioning there the areas that Caitlin Ford is so dangerous in, that little chip ball over the top to find Caitlin Ford in space. She has done well to get herself back into an onside position, but she's just so excellent picking her timing, taking the ball to the line and cutting it back in. Courtney Vine.
That's her goal.
I think she's going to claim that one. I think that's going to be a handy second goal from Courtney Vine, or did it take a little deflection on its way through there?
I'm surprised at no celebration. That looks like a great goal. Unless my eyes deceive me, I don't think, perhaps rather than playing on instinct, and the Matildas have just been so quick to close the passing channels and starve South Africa of an opportunity to get forward as a result.
Just means that they're having to regain possession to build again.
Vine plays it to Catley. Vine looking for a first half hat-trick. It's just wide. Good chance. Catley getting forward with a great cross, but Courtney Vine couldn't hit the back of the net.
Yeah, lovely little combination between Vine and Catley there, and this is the delivery that Catley is so well known for.
Vine. And now Catley getting forward. Catley's cross, and that, well, it was a cross shot. Hits up Vine at the edge of the box. Now Cooney cross. Still hunting that first international goal. And that one took a deflection on its way out for a corner kick. Cooney cross. A fearsome ball, and it took a good header. Macabella puts it behind for a corner, but Kyra Cooney cross starting to play some more forward passes, Grace, and that is what she can do.
The all-important touch there for Macabella.
For and ready themselves with ahead of the World Cup. Catley's corner right into the mixer, and it's in. Polkinghorne with the header. 3 for the Matildas. And Claire Polkinghorne with international goal number 14 means it's all smiles on the sidelines and on the pitch.
Well, Claire Polkinghorne, as casual as anything, was able to float her way into the box. Goal number 14. How many of those would be headers from Claire Polkinghorne? A beautifully timed header. Lovely delivery once more from Steph Catley. And Claire Polkinghorne, we've seen this from her time and time again. She's got beautiful timing, a perfect leap, and goal number 14.
In this first half means that it's her name up in lights. And there could be more on the way. Here's Vine bringing it down and then tried to tee up Ford. Fowler following up. And South Africa able to recover in the nick of time. And no need for stoppage at the end of the first half, where the Matildas were able to separate themselves. Exactly how good the performance was, well, we'll hear the analysis during the halftime break. But right now, the scoreboard is certainly smiling on Australia, and they are in complete command at King's Meadow. So 2 changes for South Africa, none for the Matildas at the start of the second half, and 3-0 the scoreline, a Courtney Vine double, and Claire Polkinghorne with 45 more minutes to go. This free kick opportunity. Gorry takes in at the near post, and Ford knocked it the wrong way. Cleared for South Africa into the sunlight. Polkinghorne is camped at the near post. Lewick was the target, and it's headed away. South Africa deal with live. Ford turning into the box. Caitlin Ford able to dance around Mbane. Ford with the finish, and it's 4. Really well taken goal. And Caitlin Ford, a class above. And a little bit of symbolism as the Arsenal star scores at the home of Chelsea and makes it Australia 4, South Africa 0.
Oh, that's a delightful finish there by Caitlin Ford. This turn on a dime to get herself in a position where she can face forward, run at her player. Normally from here we see her cut it back, but she's seen the far post open on her right foot, just opened up her hips. That's a really neat finish, really tidy bit of individual skill from Caitlin Ford.
And we get a look here at what the keeper had bearing down on goal. And as soon as Ford steadied, that's a really well-placed finish into the corner. International goal number 23 on the occasion. The 18-0 against Indonesia by accident. Does the team feel as though they need to leave? As we see here, a chance for 5. And Ford nearly had a quick-fire double. The thumbs up as Ngubeni holds on to the ball on one time. Direct shot on goal, a distinct possibility. Katrina Gorry takes it right-footed, and it just beats Polkinghorne in the air. And that nearly was a double for Polks.
I tell you what, that ball had Claire Polkinghorne's name all over it. A beautiful delivery by Gorry. Really great speed, great trajectory. Across his next couple of minutes, how the formation settles in with Chidiac.
Throw in taken, and Ford is there just wide. And you saw their two players had a ball in their hands. And I think the camera got faked out by who was going to take the throw. Grant was 10 metres further back down the field, also looking to shape to take the throw in. And instead, South Africa almost caught out by Caitlin Ford. Steph Catley over the dead ball. And it's knocked up at the near post onto the crossbar. It could have gone anywhere, really. Polkinghorne was waiting right on the line for the ball to drop. And luck's of fortune, once again, for Rigel Ngubeni and the South Africa defence.
Yet another delightful delivery in there from Steph Catley.
Promising attack now for South Africa. The through ball was Gorry. And now running onto the ball is Ford. The keeper's out. Ford's around. Defenders getting back to try and block the angle. And Ford can't hit the target. Across the face it goes.
Look, that would have had to have been a pretty special finish at that kind of angle. She did have runners streaming into the top of the box. It was a good early ball over the top from Gorry. And Caitlin Ford just breaking away from her player, but she's just completely closed her angle off. She had both.
Chidiac. Nice pass from Chidiac, linking up with Catley, and it's just over. Ford with a couple of golden opportunities to score, and that one goes begging after some beautiful build-up.
Yeah, that's a much better build-up from the Matildas. The ball speed at the back, the one-touch passing, connecting through the middle of the field through Alex Chidiac, and then that
being out of trouble. Nice by Katrina Gorry. Here's the wonder goal on here. Maybe too unselfish. It's going to deflect almost into the path of Fowler. And Fowler spinning away from the South Africa defenders, and that was a gorgeous ball. And the offside flag goes up. And I think the two Australian players, Razzo and Ford, are discussing who was off in the end. Maybe both of them.
It's just good from Mary Fowler, though, driving through her defenders there. It did look like on that occasion Caitlin Ford had gone off. Right.
Fowler. Nevin straight off the bench. Right-footed attempt, and the keeper batted it down, and Chidiac is out. Razzo. Chidiac in traffic. It's a bit of a pinball situation. Gorry comes through, and that's the save of the day so far from Ngubeni. And the South African keeper, who has been not at her best at top. I think Sam Kerr has made it a little bit more famous than Torks did, but the shout out anyway. Here's a long ball. Gilnick nods it down and cleared away. And Mary Fowler was just waiting for the ball to drop. Her first goal since February 2020 for the national team. Let's see if there's an assist on the end of this corner. It's cleared off the line. Once, twice, Fowler's there, and it was going wide as it hit Razzo. And it looks like it was a handball as Razzo.
Never go past that.
Of course, Arsenal and Chelsea both in the Women's Champions League group stage as well. They'll have those commitments to juggle. M.City won't. Speaking of M.City, here's Mary Fowler winning the ball in the penalty area, and it was nearly a tap-in for Razzo, arriving just after the ball had flashed across. Chance here for South Africa. The ball is broken, and it's a lob, and it's a goal! Goal for South Africa! Hilda Magaia! And there's no celebration, but it's a goal that could mean so much for Banyana. And I tell you what, Desiree Ellis is celebrating on the bench. And maybe that's what we can look forward to when South Africa come to Australia for the World Cup next year.
Well, the Matildas' defence have been caught sleeping here. It's a really tidy technical finish by Magaia, and we spoke about her goal-scoring prowess. That's a neat finish. Tegan Micah just caught off her line there. An easy one to hit askew, but that's a sharp finish, and for the Matildas, that's disappointing. They would have wanted to take this match through with a clean sheet, and Tegan Micah, frustratingly for the Matildas, but can't take anything away from that finish. That is beautiful. That's a lovely chip.
And Tegan Micah would have had that sinking feeling as the ball was just measured so brilliantly. And Desiree Ellis, who has shown so much belief in fringe players in this friendly, it's been a pretty trying afternoon.